Welcome back to JK Rants and Reviews. I'm John, this is Caleb, and today we're going to be talking about Brightburn.
Killer Superman.
This is pretty sick. Pretty sick. Yeah.
It even takes place in Kansas. That's how Superman it
Brightburn,
was.
Kansas.
Yeah, I laughed a little bit when they officially showed Kansas. Also, just in case you are a filmmaker, we don't have front license plates here.
So I feel like that there's a lot of similarities between this and Superman to the point where I really feel like the filmmakers owe DC some money.
Probably a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
We won't get into the specifics because for the first part of this review, we're going to do spoiler free. And then the second half, we'll warn you when we get into the spoilers. But for the spoiler free, overall, it gave me everything I wanted. Good pacing, good acting.
There was a lot of fun horror elements and a lot of fun also superhero elements. Like you get to see kind of the person coming to terms with who they are, and you kind of get to see them test out their powers, which is very unique this time.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah. It's interesting though because they get a lot of C actors, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. But they get the guy from The Office, and they get, I feel bad, I don't know his name, I'll have to look that up, I'll post it right here, and then they get Elizabeth Banks, which is, I'd say she's B. I'd say she made it into B. Very weak B, but I would say she's a B. I mean, not in a bad B way.
I don't know. I feel like they all of these actors and actresses kind of have their light in TV more than in film.
Right. Well, the uncle in it's from Breaking Bad, and then from where?
Mom, the show Mom. He plays the kind of deadbeat dad. But yeah, he's a great actor. As soon as I saw him, I started laughing because I've seen him in Mom and Breaking Bad. So
yeah. So going back from the dad and the mom, Elizabeth Banks, and then the guy from The Office, it's interesting that they were actually in the 2016 Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. You're casting for a kid to play a bad character, a bad guy. I feel like you get one of two things. You get Pet Cemetery, which, yes, the first couple of watches you're kind of creeped out, but afterwards you're kind of like, meh. Or you get super lucky and you get Damien from The Omen. This is more Omen-like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't want to get into a ranking right now because this first half we're going to do spoiler-free, but I think we'll just tone it down with a would you recommend it?
Yes, I would. It was definitely a fun watch. Everybody that I saw on Facebook and other social media were recommending the movie without giving a lot away. I'll do the same. It was a surprise. There was enough horror and enough action and definitely enough plot that I didn't find myself bored. I would recommend it. And if you can catch it in theaters still, I'd definitely recommend it as a theater film.
I would recommend it to horror fans, maybe superhero fans. Know yourself and what you're going in for. I feel like people know a little bit about what this movie's about. So yeah, I would recommend it. I think this movie hits the mark for being in theaters. I think it would have been a real gem had it not gone to theaters and gone directly to Netflix or something like that. I think it would have been a gem. But so either way, I'm glad it was in theaters. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
So guys, if you haven't seen the movie, this is where you need to click off because we're getting ready to get into our spoiler review. Make sure and like, comment, and subscribe, and go see the movie so that way you can see the spoilers.
3, 2, 1, spoilers.
Run.
Spoilers. We've all seen the 1,000 iterations of the Superman story, and it's all got the same basic chemistry. The farmhouse, the crash landing, Kansas, the old pickup truck, the father, the mother, the can't have the kid. It is that exact same thing, but
modernized.
Well, yeah.
I mean, with not hipster parents, but parents that are relatable.
Yeah, they're far
to
more
the 30s and people maybe in their early 50s.
Yeah, they definitely feel like people that we today would see as like cool parents. At least I would. I don't know.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe I'm too old. The whole time I was watching it, I felt like it was Man of Steel, but evil.
Yeah.
And it didn't go as crazy as Man of Steel in the end.
Right. It did a good job with building some suspense. Like, for some reason, like, there were some parts where the kid would just, like, whammo and you're done. And then there were some parts where stalked his prey a little bit, which is... the switch to evil, I hope that they make a second one, we see more go into depth of like a signal that sends him off or something like that. Like they talk about bees in a hive, and I'm assuming that this is something where there's a queen out there and she's sending signals to this kid, which I mean it's hinted at. It's pretty much on the nose, but you do have to dig a little bit for it, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like if there does get to be a sequel, that is probably going to be like explored a little bit more. But then again, if it didn't get a sequel, I wouldn't be hurt either. I feel like this film is a good standalone one-off. You can let your imagination flow. In a world riddled with reboots, sequels, prequels, and spin-offs, I think it's okay to stop. But I understand it's also going to be a cash cow.
I know the perfect combination to this movie. Like, if Chronicle and Man of Steel had a baby.
Oh yeah,
that's what this would be.
I did see a lot of Chronicle there. Wow,
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good
Got
movie.
it back there.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was definitely a good film. Another one that I'd say you should check out if you haven't.
Yeah, the gore was great. When this movie took the gloves off,
point.
It really like shocked you, and it was perfect. It was like, are you gonna go all the way? Because if you're gonna do a horror movie about Superman, you need to go all the way.
So the eye thing didn't bug me as much. Like this light shatters, and there's a glass shard in this lady's eye, and she pulls it out.
Of course, she's got to move it around and pull it out in slow mo. Don't touch that.
What did bug me about that scene is when she's blinking, you can see the glass move, and anybody who's ever had like something actually stuck in their eye knows that feeling where when you blink, it just cuts, and you're like, no.
Oh, God. There's no way she would touch that, right? Like, seriously, wouldn't you just be like this?
I felt like a Stewie moment. Do I take it out or do I leave it in? Do I take it out or do I leave it in?
Oh, my God.
But then the jaw. When he flips his uncle's car and just drops it, and you see the jaw hit the steering wheel, and it rips. Nope. Right. Tap out. But it was funny because while it's building up to that scene, you see him just keep like, nope, too much.
It kind of had a feel of like Get Out, where at the beginning of the movie where the guy sees the creepy thing going on, he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I mean that's what most normal people would do. It's just like in that situation where you're stuck, you just like, nope, this isn't happening. Come on now. And then they did a good job of switching it up. They did a little bit of what you would expect, and then all of a sudden they did something you wouldn't expect, and then they kept you on your toes and kept you wondering what was going to happen. Like 3/4 of the way through the movie, I leaned over and I was like, "This is not going to end well."
Yeah, he was like, "This is not going to get a happy ending."
Right.
And honestly, I was hoping that it didn't, but at the same time, you kind of wanted it to.
It could have ended either way. I mean, multiple ways, and I would have been fine with it.
I do think the ending that it got definitely fit it a lot more than if they would have given it a bow. When he kills his dad, and then he's after his mom, and she figures out, the ship can make him bleed, and goes and gets a shard. I'm like, there's no way he's going to be that trusting.
It was interesting because this is when he kills the cops really quickly, and it's like, it's the thing, he doesn't want people to know about him, but then he
through one.
Right, yeah, the first one, yeah, and then he toys with the other one for whatever reason.
They're standing here, and he literally blows through them, and there's just blood.
Right. Right. It's like hitting a cow at like 130 miles an hour. No, like hitting...
We've all seen Rob Zombie's Age 2.
Oh, no.
You thought that maybe Mom would have a chance at winning.
I thought they did a good job at pacing it to where she had enough time to get there, but at the same time, like, they didn't go into the supersonic hearing or anything like that, so it was kind of nice that she could get away. I didn't think she would have enough time to get to the barn, but they did it enough to where it was okay. But this is where... I don't even want to say they took off the gloves. This is where they pulled out the bazooka, and they were like, full on, holy crap, full horror when that chick is up against the wall and there's his signs everywhere and she's like spread open with, naked and split open. I was like, oh, that's awesome because you needed the mom to know, look, there's no even though the dad's gone, like he's not only killing people, he is messing them up. He is seriously evil. I really like the ending where he picks her up, takes her all the way to the top, and just drops her. I thought like he would just keep going until she suffocated.
Yeah.
But the dropping was cool too.
Yeah, I kind of saw the suffocating thing coming, but then when it was just the drop, I was like, that's a nice touch. And also, why didn't she win? But at the same time, you're kind of torn. You're like, you want to see the bad guy win, but you also want to see the good guy win. But at the end of the day, I feel like the good guy wins in majority of the films anyways. Right. So,
well, if you went completely evil with Superman, this is how it end. He would win. It would not be a happy story.
Yeah.
I think overall, I don't have very many nitpicks. There are some things you could probably talk about, but overall, it's a good movie. It's paced pretty well. I think the only thing I would take out of the movie is the ending where it shows him starting to conquer the world. I would want to see that in the next movie. If there's not going to be a sequel, I don't want to see that because I want to leave that to my imagination. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there is going to be a sequel and the Hive comes and he's able to somehow snap out of it and he becomes the hero, maybe, or not even hero, but just like the savior, okay, maybe.
But at the same time, I don't see that ending well because if he did snap out of it and his younger self sees like what he did to his parents, this would get to a real weird, dark place that I feel like this is the problem with the sequel is you can turn around and you can make him the hero, but then he's got to live with what he's done.
But it's like the Winter Soldier, right? I mean, the Winter Soldier didn't kill his own parents.
Marvel is way lighter than what this film or a sequel would let on. Yeah. So it's like they can walk past it. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, you're welcome. I saw that pain. But or you can let him be the bad guy and destroy the planet, but then you've just got a CG film that costs a lot to make and may not pay out as well as you want. Or you can continue the story where he's doing the same thing. So that's why I'm like, maybe a sequel's not needed.
Yeah, I can see it either way. I'm curious enough I think they were hinting enough with the bees and stuff like that to where I think a sequel is possible. I think would be fine. I think they set it up lightly enough that you could go either way, and that's probably smart. That's probably smart with this. I will say for his outfit, for a kid putting it together, I did like it. I would have liked something a little bit different. I mean, Michael Myers went in and got a mask out of a store, and he was not that old. I mean, this kid's 12, but
that mask was creepy. I mean, if you think about it, you're 12 years old. You're creating your first little costume or whatever.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What would you rank
Okay.
it?
Overall, I loved the movie. I think it was a great watch. However, it's not a movie I would go back to theaters to see again. I will probably definitely own a copy of it at some point, but I'm not going to be in line to buy it as soon as it comes out. I would give it a 7. I mean, it's a great movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair. It really is a good movie. You should definitely see it. It is worth the watch. But at the same time, it's something I've seen before, just a different take on it. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. But yeah,
I think for most people, like I would say 90% of people, this is a red box. And I mean, not if this is your cup of tea, I would say go see it in the theaters, but I would say for most people this is a red box, or get it on the $5 bin maybe. It's a good movie. I would give it a 7. I'd give it a 7 as well. I don't know if there's much greatness to be had. I mean the cinematography was good and the building of suspense and some scenes was good, but it was missing just a little bit to get to the top.
The one thing that made this over most other villain films for me like a great thing. They didn't make you sympathize.
Nope.
You didn't
with the parents, but that's it.
Yeah, you didn't sit there and go, the poor bad guy, which is a modern thing. It really is. Like, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying it is a modern thing that we have taken away there's no rhyme or reason, and just like, oh, we're going to give this whole reason as to why this person is a bad guy or a villain, and they kind of skipped over that here. They're just like, normal kid gets a signal, normal kid is now killer Superman, and you're like, okay, I can deal with this, let's do this.
Yeah.
And so that I applaud the film for. That alone is one of the greatest merits, in my opinion, of the film.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're going to go see this, let us know. If you're going to wait, if you actually did watch the spoiler and you hadn't seen it, well, okay. And I mean, no, I get that too, though. I mean, if you don't think this is your cup of tea and you're like, I just want to see, that's cool. Yeah. I'm glad you stayed and watched this. Let us know if you have seen it, what you thought. If you want a sequel, if you think it's better as a standalone, if you think it would have been better on Netflix or maybe straight to DVD. Comment down below, let us know. Stay tuned. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can get some more R&R. Till next time, JK out.
Please stay with us.
Right.
Join us.
If you had Superman powers, would you be a good person? There's been times when people have cut me off, and I'm like, if I was Superman, would I pull them aside by their bumper?
I want to say yes, but I also can be quick to judge because of where I work.